Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alieshia. Thanks for subscribing. I'm so excited to do this video. I got inspired by Carter Sullivan. She did a video about how to plan for travel and different things like that. And so y'all know I'm a true travel girl. So I thought about bringing the series to my channel. Hers was how to travel on a budget. I'm going to talk about how to plan travel, working a 9 to 5, and some things that I do when I pick a place and different things like that. So we're going to talk about all things travel in this video. Let me know below if you have any other questions that I did not answer. So yeah, first I want to talk about traveling as someone who works a 9 to 5, because that's what a lot of people do. I do work in higher education. So one thing that I do is I look at our calendar. Thankfully, our calendars are set up for like a year or two, so I know like when I'm going to be off and different things like that. And then also I would say that holidays definitely are, you know, things that come around, but we don't always get all the holidays off, so trying to plan around for that is something that is very important. So I go and I look at my calendar, and then I see like, okay, do I want to take a trip on this month? Do I want to take a trip on that month? And also within that, sometimes when I do see those holidays, I will either take that Friday off before that holiday or that Tuesday off after that holiday. So that's kind of how I split up my vacation days, because you know you don't even get that many vacation days for real. If we want to talk about it, let's talk about it, okay? But yeah, so that is the first thing I do. And then I choose where I want to go. So I always feel like I want to go to like 7 new cities a year, which it doesn't always happen, but I kind of want to go to new cities. So I then look at like, oh, what city have I not been to? As I have gotten older, I know that the popular cities I went when I was younger, I don't want to go back to those now, because it's just going to be a lot of people, a lot of things happening. So I choose like what city I want to go to. Like for instance, now I'm planning a trip to Austin. I have never been there, and I look at the cities that I want to go to. And so me and my friends, you know, I don't really want to say I don't have a budget, but I don't really know a budget that I stick to, but I do know what I don't want to pay for. So we just like see where we're flying from, and then we check the city. So we checked Austin, we checked Seattle, we checked DC, and some other cities that we haven't been to. We haven't been to San Diego. So we check all those cities and we see which city has the cheapest flight, and that's how we pick on where we want to go to within those days that we have. So I'm just being honest, I don't have a budget, but I don't have all this money either. So then that's how we really pick what city we choose to go to for that trip. And my new rule for holidays are going to be going forward, like especially like the 4th of July holidays, the Thanksgiving holidays, I'm going to try to go somewhere where I can drive, because those flights are ridiculously crazy. Like I'm going to work for Memorial Day. That is a good time to fly, but I'm not going to the beach, you know, but some people stay at home, so it just really depends. But like Thanksgiving, Labor Day, like I'm really trying to do like road trips those times, so I could just get in the car and just go, don't have to worry about all that other extra stuff that's going on. So that's one thing that I'm really trying to do for holidays, like let me just go on a trip whenever instead of then. So within that, I do have like these 2 days off of work. It's like a midterm break or something like that, so I'm like, okay, let me plan something for that. You know, it won't be too busy, and I can just go somewhere maybe kind of far or whatever, but like I know that it won't be super crowded because of a holiday. So that is one thing that I do. Next, as I've gotten older, I have rented cars more. Me and my friends, we just started doing that, because Ubers and Lyfts, they be charging y'all like from the airport to wherever you stay. If you stay downtown, and then you know you want to go get dinner, then you gotta wait. And so it's really about a timing thing, and like having a rental car really provides you that freedom that you would really like to have when you're on a trip. So I suggest renting cars. I'll do another video about renting cars from the airport versus renting cars from the actual place. Like with my experience, I also rented from Enterprise. I rented from the building, and then Budget, I rented from the airport. They were really nice. The car was it was okay, but I'll do a whole nother video about that. If y'all want that, let me know in the comments. So yeah, so then after I get the city that I want to go to, then we look for hotels or we look for Airbnbs. We kind of had like iffy things about Airbnb, so now we look at hotels and we just say where we want to go. And when you think about staying at a hotel, you want to think about, is it free parking? Do you got to pay for breakfast? Is there a shuttle to the airport? Is there not a shuttle to the airport? One hotel that my friend told me about, Yosha, shout out to her, she told me about this hotel in Nashville, and they are close to Broadway, and they drive you within 4 miles. So I didn't have to really even rent a car, because I just drove it to Nashville because it was, like 2-hour drive. But then everywhere I needed to go was within 4 miles, so that was really, really cool. So I really enjoyed that. I only drove when I had to go out to different places, like far, so that was good. I saved on gas, and I didn't use a whole tank of gas that trip. It was just like a weekend trip. I went there for Easter to Nashville, Tennessee, so that was really, really good. So yeah, so then I do the hotel, and then we kind of do activities within it. And so I look on TikTok, I look on Instagram, and the phones be hearing you when you about to plan a trip, so you get stuff sent to you. And so that's kind of how we kind of figure out what we want to do for that day, what we want to do for that weekend. Depending on when we get in, we're going to go to dinner, we're going to go out, we get in early, do we want to go to a brunch, when we want to leave. So it's kind of like a city, hotel, and like things to do or whatever. So I feel like that is the way that I plan the trips. Sometimes I do things like what we want to do, and then we can kind of see if the hotel's around there. Like I know the hotel was around things that I wanted to do when I went to Nashville. So it just kind of depends. And I know the girlies are out here about solo tripping and stuff like that. And solo tripping is a luxury, let me tell you. I did do a solo trip to Nashville, but that's a luxury. You got to pay for your hotel. You got to pay for the car. You got to pay for, I guess that's all. Activities, because you're going to pay for that on yourself. But the solo tripping, that's a luxury. And I'm like, I will never do a solo trip unless I could pay for my car, a rental car, because I don't need to be going in Ubers and Lyfts. And no. And pay for the hotel or the Airbnb. And also, I think with solo travel, I would rather stay in the hotel than the Airbnb, because you just never know. It's really scary. Anything can happen, just like anything can happen. So yes. So I'm trying to think anything else. I do not really use travel credit cards and different things like that. I am trying to get on that. I'm trying to figure out. So if you have any tips, I'm looking at like banks and my credit unions, but also I use Southwest a lot to fly, and so I have points built up with them. I used to use American Airlines, but American Airlines charges $30. Southwest Airlines is free. I mean, it's open seating, but you just got to make sure you check in, baby. Okay, period. So I do have some upcoming trips this year. So I'm really trying to go to Mexico for my birthday. Like I said, I'm going to Austin, and I have a big trip at the end of the year, and I hope I can make it. I'm really trying to go to Ghana. So we're going to speak that into existence, that I get to go to Ghana for New Year. So that'd be really cool. And yeah, let me know what your travel plans are down below. Let me know if you have traveled this year, if you haven't traveled this year. I sometimes get ahead of myself, but I really want to travel once a month every, throughout the year. It don't really happen, but all the time. But January, I did go to New York. February, I moved, so I just moved back to my city or whatever. March, I went to Tampa. I haven't really shared that at all, but that was a new city that I went to. And then April, I went to Nashville. And then May, I'm going to Austin, like I said. June, I'm going to Birmingham, but I've been there already. So, I'm trying to get on the traveling with the girlies, but it's kind of expensive out here. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.